Now we move on to the Middle East. The U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, confirmed minor damage to a Tel Aviv embassy building from a nearby Iranian missile strike, with no injuries reported. The Jerusalem embassy remains closed under shelter-in-place orders as tensions escalate following Israel's strikes inside Iran, raising fears of wider conflict. Israeli Defense Minister Katz warned Tehran residents will pay the price for Iranian missile attacks on Israeli civilians. He condemned Iran's strikes and vowed Israel's offensive will continue strongly. Israel's emergency services report 24 people dead and over 97 injured after a missile strike. A residential building in Haifa was hit and fires broke out near a northern power plant. Israeli military says an interception was carried out using the Barak Magan air defense systems for the first time. Iran has called on the IAEA to condemn Israel's strikes on its nuclear sites. Tehran also urged European powers to halt Israel's attacks. Meanwhile, Iran's top judge has vowed swift trials for suspected Israeli collaborators as the deadly conflict between the two enemies enters its fourth day. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has called for national unity amid escalating Israeli strikes, urging all factions to set aside differences and stand together against what he called genocidal aggression. These statements come as Iran launched a fresh salvo of missiles on Israel, striking Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Jerusalem in the early hours of today. In response to the strikes, Israel's Air Force struck Iran's Quds Force headquarters in Tehran. These sites were reportedly used to plan operations through proxies. The Israeli military also confirmed strikes on surface-to-surface missile sites in central Iran. IDF jets remain active over Iranian airspace. Tehran says 224 people have died in Israeli strikes since Friday, most of them being civilians. Tensions escalate as both sides launch new strikes. The region remains on high alert. The world is responding to Israel-Iran tensions. China has called on Iran and Israel to take immediate steps to reduce tensions. Beijing urges both sides to exercise restraint and avoid further escalation. The Chinese government emphasizes the importance of dialogue to maintain regional stability. The European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says Iran must never acquire nuclear weapons. After speaking to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, she stressed both sides agree on that. She added that a negotiated solution remains the best long-term path for peace. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump, before departing for the G7 summit, said Iran and Israel may need to fight it out before a deal can be reached, though he maintained that Washington continues to support Israel's right to defend itself. A senior U.S. official confirmed Trump vetoed an Israeli plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. French President Emmanuel Macron dismissed the idea of Russia mediating, citing Moscow's ongoing violations in Ukraine. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Macron have also said their countries did not participate in Israel's operations against Iran. An Air India